There are so many parts to ADHD that have so much overlap with autism and autistic traits that really I'm beginning to see them as really part of the same, almost overlapping condition through a different lens. That's a bit of an oversimplification, and I'll share my views on that elsewhere some other time. But it frames the rest of my video today and what I wanted to talk about, which is just sensory input. And how in ADHD, sensory processing really just our inability to turn down all of the noise and how it all gets synthesized and all comes in at all times, all at once. Just the neural load that places on us, that how exhausting that is. It can put us more and more into a state of shutdown. And that seems to be quite a common trait of ADHD, which is not remotely dissimilar to a core aspect of autism. And today I think I wanted to speak into that and talk about how, well, mainly just to let people with ADHD know that it's very likely that sensory input and too much light, noise, smells, textures, clothes, or probably they're the main ones. For a lot of people it's noise and light and sometimes smells too. It just can be too much for us when there's already been other things going on. If we're tired, if we're stressed, if we're overwhelmed or overworked rather, then the accumulation of those additional inputs is so easily too much for our nervous system, and everything just kind of goes, I can't deal with this, and we go into an almost shutdown state, or things begin to shut down, and everything just gets that little bit harder. So really what I'm trying to say is that that's actually a very common part of most people with ADHD, most of their experience, and that's normal. It sucks, don't get me wrong, it totally sucks, but it's a normal thing. So if you ever find yourself feeling depleted just by things going on around you, that's an aspect of ADHD, and that's another aspect, another element of the things that we need to manage. We can manage it by pulling back, giving ourselves that active recovery time, downtime, sleep, rest. I like to lie in the bath with like a little blindfold on, like something just cover my eyes and just like sensory, decompress really. But the important thing and the point of this video is letting you know that that's, again, I'll say it again, part of the common experience, because you might be wondering, oh, what's wrong with me? Like, why can't I handle this? Or why do I feel so exhausted today? It's just some noise next door or a lawnmower or who knows what. And if you've seen your neurodivergence through the lens of autism and ADHD, or just through the lens of autism, then this will be quite usually commonly understood for you. You'll know, oh yeah, that's totally a part of my experience, cool. But it's very common for people with ADHD as well. Whether you choose to adopt the autism label in addition or not, just acknowledging that that's a big part of the experience frequently is something that it's not considered often, it's not remarked on, it's not something that people generally think of as part of ADHD. And so I wanted to tell you that for a lot of us it is, for a whole bunch of reasons. In those moments when it gets too much, just go back to basics. Sleep, eat good food, have a good diet, go for a walk, remove yourself, do things that are just generally regenerative, go and touch some grass, be in nature, just unplug, reset, and give yourself that permission to feel the things and to be a bit overwhelmed by all the stuff, because it is a lot. And that's okay. It's unfortunate that we have to deal with this, but we do, and that needs to be okay. That we have to deal with these things. So we can either deal with them and resist it, or deal with them and be okay with dealing with them. Either way, you got to deal with them. So you might as well choose for them to be okay to deal with. Hope that's making sense. Alright. Sweet, another video. I'm Jack. I post videos every day of 2024 talking about ADHD and sharing things that are usually helpful. Fridays are my day off in my real life. So on every Friday upload, you're gonna get a more like casual, laid back, bleary-eyed me, because I've just been decompressing all day, and that's part of my practice, which I've talked about in some other videos that I would link on screen if I knew how or cared to do that. But you could find them, or not, up to you. Anyway, I made my point. I'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. Anyway, bye.